Now, what's the difference between a store that does $250 million compared to a store that does $250? What I want to do today, team, is I'm going to unpack a $250 million store and find out what it is that they do differently and give you some tips and tricks that you can do on your store so that you can hopefully get to that $250 million valuation one day. Now, the store I'm going to look at sells t-shirts, very basic black, white, gray, maroon t-shirts, just like the ones I'm wearing. In fact, this is actually one of them. Now, this store is the poster boy of e-commerce right now. They are doing direct to consumer super well. They're having ultra high conversion rates. They are the store that we look to be like, and they are growing at a ridiculous rate. And it's not because they have a great, innovative, brand new product. They're doing shiny things. They've just taken a really good product. They've done amazing marketing and they have done amazing e-commerce. They've put them all together and it's made an amazing success story of their store. And I'm sure you've guessed it by now, but the store we're going to look at today, we're going to unpack and audit in detail, is called True Classic Tees. If you haven't heard about them, they do hundreds of millions of dollars a year selling t-shirts, and they focus on just having the best t-shirts in the world and making sure that you know about it. You can imagine how hard it is to sell a t-shirt online and how to differentiate yourself apart from the competition, because hey, a t-shirt's a t-shirt. There's nothing really spectacular about it unless you're using some brand new material or have some amazing sort of cut to it or something a little bit different. But this is just a generic t-shirt made for men, and they do that sort of revenue. It's crazy. So let's get straight into it. I want you to look over my shoulder the way I audit a store in real time and some of the takeaways that I think you can use to put on your store to try and improve your conversion rates. Now, what you'll see here, guys, is I'm looking at the store in mobile view. Now, it's always important to only look at your store in mobile view because the majority of your visitors are actually going to be using mobile. So we need to optimize our store just for mobile. And you know what? Don't even worry about desktop because it doesn't actually make that much difference. All right, so this is the homepage, and I really do like this because at the top here, we've got this sort of Instagram stories, reels type vibe, and everyone's familiar with that. This is starting to make it feel like an app. But really what I love here is what I talked about earlier around how do we differentiate such a simple commodity like a t-shirt. And these guys are doing a great job of it. Have a look at this. This is the two same guys. One's in another t-shirt and one is in a True Classic tee. Now this guy's not all that happy, but this guy, big smile on his face. And you also can see in real time how the t-shirt looks and feels. And this guy looks a lot sharper. This guy, looks a little bit slobby. The other cool thing they've done here is, may not be a large guy, so they don't want to alienate you to only show this is for large guys. So if we click large instead of extra large, we see a bit of a trimmer guy and we see how other brand t-shirts fits versus True Classic fits. And then we can go to medium. Awesome. So what this tells us is that True Classic t-shirts are better than regular t-shirts no matter what size you are. And you know what? You can't miss that. Plus the video, the movement, it all works really good. And then under here we have experience the difference. Difference is underlined. And a really simple line that says we bring the perfect fit and feel to timeless styles made accessible to the everyday man. So True Classic are all about having the best fit for the best price for the everyday man. So it's not the over fashionable man that wants the best brands, but it's not the guy that just wants the cheap stuff from Walmart. It's the guy that wants good quality, doesn't want to pay the world for it, but just wants to make sure he's got a great product. And they've really nailed that in this here. All right, so let's go browsing. So if we think about our funnel, we're now at the top of the funnel. We're going to go down a little bit. We're going to hit into crew necks. Crew necks are their most popular product, hence the reason they have it at the very front there. So think about merchandising. The products that you want to sell, you need to do front and center, and these guys do that really well. So if you think about when you go into, say, a supermarket, the things that they want to sell are always at the front of the aisle. They're called the end caps. We do the same thing with merchandising in our store, and they've done that here. Now have a look. This video style obviously works for them because the same guy is here doing the comparison. Other brands, True Classic. I think this must work for them. All right, we see here men's crew neck t-shirts. That's nice SEO stuff there. But look at this. It's not just a t-shirt. They're making a bold statement. Our premium tees are designed for guys' bodies. They accentuate the arms and shoulders to make you stand out and feel great. So I think as a guy, what are the things that I want out of a t-shirt? Hey, I want to look like I'm a little buff. I want to make sure it's comfortable, and I want to be a little bit different. I don't want to look sloppy. And this is what that one sentence says. All right, so let's go down. So what we can see here is we can break it down into the neck style. Now I know when I buy tees, I like crew neck. Some people like V-neck, some people like polos. I can instantly get to these here. All right, let's go back down a little bit more. Oh, actually that's cool. I'm scrolling that with my mouse. Didn't even realize it. And I've got everything there. Again, they're putting the most popular product here. Let's go down, and I really want to get into the product page because I think that's where the magic happens on this store. So I'm going to grab this one here, but I want to point something out before I do that. Have a look at this, 43,529 reviews. That's wild. That is a lot of reviews, okay? If I could get 43,000 reviews on any product, that is going to be a huge conversion signal. So this tells us reviews are hyper important, but they've done a little trick here that I know you guys can do. They have used the same review widget for all the products. So this here is, you know, a big, what's this? A 6-pack, a 3-pack, another 3-pack, but you can see they all have the same amount of reviews. Now you can do this with, say, an app like Judge Me. You can group reviews and apply them to certain product types, and this is a great way to do that. So great way to get lots of reviews on the same products, if you can. Obviously, only if the products are the same. Little tip there. That's obviously working for them. One other thing before I go through the product page is these callouts are epic. So we love these. These are called product badges. We use them on all our stores, and it's to call out something that you want people to notice. It's a little bit like a sale tag that you'd see in a mall or a shopping center or a supermarket, depending on what part of the world you're in. All right, so we love these badges, and we love these savings per item. So we've got a strike through, we've got the price and how much you're saving. All these are great conversion factors, but they also increase click-through rate, which is what we're going to do here. Let's go into, I'll go into this one because they're my colors, gray, black, white. All right, so we see here, this is really well optimized for mobile. So we've got swipes here. We've got not only the amount of items you'd get, you've got a guy wearing it from every angle with some nice shorts, zoom of the fabric. Now this is really cool, and this is what I want to tell you about. We need to have at least 5 product images on any of our products so that people can see front, back, side, and detail, and then what it looks like on someone. And that's for apparel, but you can also apply it to anything. You know, we've got headphones in one of our stores, and we have the headphones closed, we have them open, we have them out, we have a close-up, we have a zoom in on sort of the plug that we have in there. So think about all the product images because you want to make it that people can touch and feel it. If you can throw a video in here, that is the next move. Let's scroll down a little bit. We have the same thing, reviews, front and center, social proof, can't go wrong. We've got the price. We say that includes duties and taxes. This is really important. I always see on Shopify stores that people have like shipping and taxes calculated at checkout. Now we don't want people to not know how much they're gonna have to pay for something. So we wanna make sure that we have the price that they're gonna pay right here so they can make a decision without having any shock at the checkout. That applies to shipping as well, all right? So they're doing a great job of that here. Now, some really cool things here is it's easy to find the size chart, don't need to go anywhere. And the size chart is very easy for you to understand. Now, if it isn't easy for you to understand, you know, you can click Fit Finder and then you just put your measurements in here, whether you're metric, well, we do here in Australia, or imperial, which is the weird thing that you guys in the US do. I don't understand imperial. All right, and we'd fill that in and it would give us our details. So that's the easy one. And here are some videos here. These are UGC style content. This is actually an app called VideoWise if you haven't used it. I've got one of my clients in my coaching program that uses VideoWise, and it's really awesome. And look at this again, other brands, true classic. That us versus them is really a thing. All right, so that's really cool. And people familiar with that style of content now with TikTok and Insta and Reels, really powerful sort of content there. Now, this is something I really like, and I think you can tell I'm a bit of a fanboy of their conversion rates. So I'm not really unpacking anything I don't like. In fact, there's probably one thing I would change on this store, which I'll just tell you in a second. When we click size chart, what we've got here is this little chat icon over here is over the little Fit Finder button. It's a small thing, but you know what? These guys are at the top of their game. They should probably improve that and not have this hovering over this one here. All right, let's go through a little bit more. Add to cart. Look, I don't mind the blue. I'd recommend having a higher contrast, like a black, so it stands out. The arrow is good because it points the person to the call to action. Now, this is what I really like. And something that I talk a lot about in my coaching program is around talking about the benefits over the features. And when people buy something, and I know I'm this target audience, is there's a few things I don't want it to be, right? So what we want to call out on our product page that this product is not, and the problems that it overcomes. This is really good. It's got a flattering fit, right? So let's just say I got a little bit of weight around my waist. I want something that doesn't look like I've eaten for days, right? So flattering fit. Ultra soft, we don't want really scratchy material. No itch label. Love this because what's one of the biggest pain points when you buy a t-shirt is you sometimes have to cut the label off. They've just saying you don't need to worry about that. So these are all these little signals that are going, yeah, this is exactly what I want in tea. These guys have thought of everything. No stretch collar. I know my neck's a little bigger than most people's. I don't want a stretchy collar. I love that. And then easy care, because as men, we just like to throw things in the washing machine and it's done, right? So we want super easy care. So what they've done here is they've really played on the pain points that the buyer of this product has, and they've called them out front and center. It's not in the description, it's in these little icons. So you can really take something from this. What are 3 to 5 icons that you can put on your product page that addresses the problem that this product solves that the person wants that transformation on? Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Now, if we go down a little bit further, we've got our description. So you can see descriptions hidden. So description is probably just more about the detail, you know, the features, the fit, everything like that. So this is for the people who want a little bit more information that doesn't get answered in the first few things. Now I've got a perfect fit, made to last guarantee, some information about the care guide, and the free returns and exchanges. And we can see this video here is there again. I'm thinking this video must be crushing it for them. And they say the hype is real. Discover why True Classic is every guy's go-to. Our teas accentuate. So what we can see here is if we think about the way the product page rolls out, we're showing the product and the problem that it solves. We've got social proof from the reviews. We have an easy to understand size chart so we can make a decision easy on the one that we want. We know what it's going to cost us. We see other people talking about it and in real time. We see these pain points being solved. And then if we scroll down a little bit, we're like, well, what's all the fuss? Because most likely we've heard about this. These guys reaffirm why they are so good. And then we have some add-ons here to increase our basket size. And you can see these ones are items that go really well with the tee. We're not showing other tees, they're showing pants or trousers or whatever country you're in, jeans, I don't know what we want to call them depending where you are. And then we got recently viewed, although funnily I haven't recently viewed the boxes, but maybe that's something they're trying to upsell to me. And then what else have we got? Trusted by 2.5 million men worldwide. Interesting thing here is they identify their avatar, the person they're selling to, men. Trusted by 2.5 million men worldwide. They don't say trusted by 2.5 million customers. They call out the person they want to sell this product to. These are little tweaks that you need to make to improve your conversion. And then again, we talk about reviews. So this is a really sweet way of buying a product. So I'm just going to go through to the checkout and we'll click add to cart. All right, I love their slide out cart. Great way to increase average order value. So we can see here we've got these motivation buttons here. So we need to spend $170 to get free shipping. If we spend $225, we get a free boxer brief. If we spend $300, we get an active long sleeve. So these are motivational tactics for you to spend more money. So we can go back and keep shopping and spend more money, or we can go through to secure checkout. Now, some other key elements here that you need to pick up on. They're using the word secure. They're using an arrow going this way to continue forward because we're moving us forward. But if we want to go back to shopping, we've got an arrow going back that way. We recall out the price and they call out the savings. This is a really big one. We've got savings and we've got how much you're saving, because people see this here and like, great, I'm getting a deal. And we want to make sure we call that out here. Now, if we go through, there's a few little upsells here, which are must-haves, and these are quick add to carts. It's not like we need to go back to the product page, add it, and then come back here. If I want to buy a pair of socks, I just click add, and we are all done, and that will add to the cart. And then we go through to the secure checkout. And this brings us to a standard Shopify checkout, which they haven't really done much with. So that shows you how powerful the checkout must be if they haven't even touched it. So guys, that was a super quick overview of a $250 million store that only sells t-shirts and what they're doing well. What you will see, there's no crazy widgets like spinning wheels and countdown timers and all these sort of bells and whistles that people say improve conversion rates. What they do is they just find out what the pain point is and they go ahead and they solve that pain point on iconography, on messaging, on imagery, on videos, and they just double down on solving that pain point. So hopefully you've learned something from this video. If you want me to do a review of your store and a bit of an audit on what you could do better, drop your store down below and I'll be happy to record a video just like this to give you some improvements on how you might be able to improve your conversion rate. Or if you want me to do another big store, again, drop it down below the store you want me to review on the good and the bad that they're doing, and I'd be more than happy to. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I drop videos like this every single week, whether it's auditing stores or giving you tips on how to grow your Shopify business and make more money online.